Good morning. I know you guys are not happy. I can tell that. Look at the time, it's like 10 a.m. What is the date today? Day? Saturday. And what are you guys doing? Sitting here. Half of you probably are having the hangover from last night. Right? If I were you, I would be like drunk. Believe me. If your age, not at this age. So it's not a pleasant situation, right? You're not happy. But believe me, I am very happy. Do you know why? It is the same 10 a.m. Saturday morning, and I get to be here not cooking breakfast. I have a 3-year-old and a husband. So oh my God, this was not supposed to run up here. I was just keeping a time track. Okay. So what I would be doing is making flatbreads. As you can see, I'm an Indian, right? So flatbreads, have you ever tried like naan, roti, paratha? Have you ever eaten that? Rishabh, what's the shape of a roti?
It's circle, like it's round.
It should be like perfect round, right? How does a naan look like? Thank you. Right? So there is a technique to making these flatbreads, right? There are different types of this. So this is a roti, a paratha. This is a naan. Probably you would have eaten a naan at an Indian store, like an Indian restaurant, right? And you can grab it from any store now these days. So there's a special technique, and if you get it in the wrong shape, it doesn't look good, it doesn't taste good. So if my husband would try, he would definitely make it in the shape of an Indian map. So you have to do that from very scratch, knead the dough. Probably that job is done by my KitchenAid. So but I have to do the rolling pin thing, and I get perfect rotis all the time, perfect parathas. You can make parathas in different shape, a square, a triangle, and if my son is like very creative, he will ask for a heart-shaped paratha, or maybe a star-shaped paratha. So I don't like making them a lot. So what happened was, after I gave birth to my son, he's now 3 years old, I got a mild carpal tunnel syndrome. So you know what is carpal tunnel syndrome? So if you use your wrists a lot, like if you're doing the rolling pin thing, or you're bending your wrists a lot, it hurts, right? So it hurts, and if I do a lot of that stuff, it'll hurt me. Now wish if there could be a machine or a tool that can help me overcome this problem. Right? There are so many people in this world that specifically use their wrist. Do you agree? Can you name some of those? Like profession, where they use a lot of wrist work. Painting. What else? Piano. Tennis. Bakers, right? Bakers. Gamers, do you play games? Games, right? Do you play games? Do you play? If you're playing a lot of games, or even accountants, they use a lot of mouse, like keyboard, it hurts, right? Now we cannot have a solution for all of them. It isn't possible to have a machine that can help all of them. Maybe artificial intelligence will do something someday that we can do that without using our wrists. Now imagine if we are talking about specifically a massage therapist. What are the limitations or the problems that he faces? A massage therapist. What are the risks that he faces? What are the risks? A massage therapist. Imagine you have to get up weekends, because if you're a massage therapist, you will be working over the weekends. Majority of the people will book their appointments on weekends. So let's say you have to get up early every weekend, like Saturdays and Sundays, every Saturday and Sunday, and go for massage. You're a massage therapist, like world renowned. What are the risks attached with that?
Your hands get tired, but if you don't do a good job, then you won't be able to do it.
Fantastic. So basically you're using your hands. They get tired. What else? Connor? like outdated?
Not outdated, but like if you repeatedly do something over and over again for a long period of time, it's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same, yeah. Like a monotony or something? Okay. What else? Andrew?
No, I was just scratching my head.
You can just tell me what will happen if you're a massage therapist. What are the risks attached with that profession? Let's say if I'm a baker, I'll be doing a lot of kneading with that bread, right? Using my hands, using my wrists. What are the negatives like attached with that? Massage therapists, bakers, gamers. What else can happen? What are the risks? Rishabh?
I mean, fatigue.
Fatigue. Yes, sir.
We need to be careful when pressing what pressure they should be applying to the client.
They need to have a particular technique, right? Okay, perfect. And you need to be like perfect in that. And if you're not following that particular technique, it can create that risk, right? Okay, perfect. Now imagine if I create a device that can help those massage therapists, that they don't have to use a lot of wrist and it's going to help them, right? How will that help them? Like, how will that be an innovation in the market? Massage therapists using that device, they don't have to do too much of wrist work. It's going to save them. They keep the same exact technique. That's not changing, but it's going to help them with that. Opportunities in the market. What opportunities do you see? Andrew?
So you can probably stay continuing being a massage therapist for longer because you're not having like all the health risks that normally associate with doing it so long.
Fantastic. So probably the opportunities I can list from that device, if I create that device, would be long-term job, like keeping my profession, long-term.
Work with more clients.
Say that again.
You could work with more clients.
More clients, probably you can get your job finished in a shorter period of time, right? So time, you save on time. What else? What else? How will this help the market?
You could expand more into like sports massage therapy where it's like a really hard pressure.
Different uses, right?
Yeah.
So probably one device can have different multiple uses because you can have a soft pressure, a hard pressure for someone who likes like sports therapy. So variation. Will that work? Okay. What else? Marie?
Quality, the effectiveness would increase.
The quality will go up. How will the quality go up, Rishabh?
Because if you're using an aid, as in like if it's an aid, right? That machine for you to become more effective at your job, right? So because you'll be more effective, the quality will go up.
Fantastic.
How you're giving service to people.
Let me tell you, summer months go by easily for me, but when it's like winter time, the temperature drops, it starts to hurt a lot more. And if I get something that can help me, probably my efficiency will go up and I won't make a map of India when I'm making that roti, right? Make sense? So what else? Marie?
You'll be able to keep with it longer and you won't have to stop because you want
Yeah, like no longer breaks, maybe it'll help you. So saving on time, longer time period, lesser breaks. I'm going to write it up here, lesser breaks. What else?
less strain on your body.
Physically, overall, it's more appealing, right? Physical strain goes down. Now, what we know from all these risks that we have seen these opportunities that exist in the market. The case study that you have read, Mark Juarez, he actually created that product that can help him do all those things, right? Now, do you see that there is an opportunity for this product in the market? There is, right? So tell me, what is that we know so far about Mark Juarez. What did he do? How did he do it? So let's do a little fact check from the case study. So a fact check. What is that we have learned so far? What is that we know of from that case study? We have seen that this product will really help us. We have seen the risks. We have seen the opportunities. How will this help us? What is a fact check? Danielle?
He developed it.
He developed it. Fantastic. What else? He has a product, right? What kind of a product? Who wants to tell me? What kind of a product? A massage tool. How did he create that? Wooden ball. So the material that he used was wood. Are you concerned about the environment? Right? For some people, it's like a big thing. It's made out of wood, bamboo. It's a big thing, right? So it's made out of wood. What else? What else do we know?
He traveled a lot, so maybe he saw a need for it in like multiple places.
So identifying the need. He has identified the need. Perfect. So we know what did he do? How did he do? What else do we know about the case study? Fact check. He has tested it. And what happened, Connor?
Pretty positive.
Feedback.
Yeah.
Okay. Positive feedback. He has tested it. Anyone wants to add on to that?
He thought to get a patent.
He thought of getting a patent. Now, when do you seek a patent?
When you think you have something that could work.
Something that can work. So he saw an opportunity, right? Do you all agree? He saw an opportunity for this product. He saw that customers need that product. So what was your point? You said something up here. Someone said something, last point. Patent. So he saw that need. Don't you think there is a big opportunity up here, right? There are risks, there are opportunities, and he has done some stuff so far. Technical terms, if I just call this that he has got a positive feedback, he has tested that product from in the market, customers love that product, it's known as market validation. An early market validation where he thinks that, okay, whatever it is that I'm doing, people will like it, right? So there is market validation of that product. Now, how can we help him? What do you think is the big picture that's missing in this whole case study?
Like distribution and marketing,
Distribution and marketing.
stores. It seems like he's just using it.
I'm going to write it up here. What is missing? Tell me your name, please.
Ava.
Ava. Distribution. What else?
Marketing.
He doesn't know how to market it. Is he sure of who he wants to sell that product to? Is he sure? Say that again.
I think so.
Okay, can you tell me that?
Said massage therapist.
Just massage therapist. So he knows, he has identified a niche of markets. Like, this is what I'm going to sell, who I'm going to sell my product to. What else? What else is missing?
He isn't sure if he owns the product. He isn't sure if anyone else made it before.
He is not sure of. He was searching, right? He was searching through that, whether this has been done earlier or not. Did someone create something like that? So he is not sure of competition, which is a big thing in the market. I generally put a star next to the things that are really important. What else? What else is missing from this big picture?
Well, I mean, some of the missing that has extremely limited resources.
Resources. He doesn't know where the funds are going to come from. He's not even sure of that. What else is missing?
I feel like a concern would be durability. Like, is someone going to buy it one time and then it lasts?
Fantastic.
So like, they'll come back to you, or they need more?
So how the product is going to do in the long term, right? Don't you think these are a lot of questions? He does not have the direction. He doesn't know about the distribution. Has he talked about the pricing? Once you have a product, you need to be careful about what is the price that I'm going to charge from my customers. Agreed? Has he talked about pricing? I'm going to sell it for $100, $12, $10, I don't know. Has he talked about that? So that pricing is missing. He doesn't know about how he's going to promote that. Is it just going to be in the spas, or is it just going to be in a good fancy store? So he doesn't know all these strategies. So basically, what is missing from all this case study is a proper business concept. This is the thing that's missing from this whole picture. He does not have answers to the question, what should be my price? Like the holistic picture. He has an idea. He has a product that has been validated. Make sense? So let's talk about how are we going to go into that business concept. First of all, we need to be very clear on what is he selling. Is he selling a pain point? Like is he solving a pain point, addressing a pain point, or is he giving just an experience? You know what? This is a new product in the market. This is going to help you fancy some stuff. Is it a pain point solver, or is it an experience that he is selling from his viewpoint? A pain point, right? So from his perspective, he is solving a pain point and not an experience, right? Make sense? So let's see how we can help Mark Juarez develop a business concept, validate, give him a value proposition, how he can move and delve further and answer these questions. I'll ask my colleague Justin, he'll take it forward from here, and we'll switch.
Okay, thanks, Indu.
You're welcome.
My name's Justin Kent. I'm from North Carolina. I am an entrepreneur, so this stuff is right up my alley, and I'm grateful that you made it to class today, and hopefully the extra credit is worth it. So, as Indu said, you've outlined the case pretty well. We've gone over some risks, some opportunities. Now we need to figure out how are we going to make money from this, okay? What I would like to do is I would like you to get into groups of 4 to 6, and there should be about 5 groups. And I would like you to discuss this within your groups, and we'll walk around and kind of talk with you about this. In your groups, I want you to answer the questions, who is he going to sell to? We've kind of outlined these massage therapists as possible customers, but could there be other customers? Second, these customers, why do they want to buy this? Okay? How much are they willing to pay for it, and how are they going to get it? Okay? So go ahead and get in your groups. We'll give you until 10:25. Okay, so groups of 4 to 6. I counted there's about 25 students, so go ahead and get in your groups, please. Okay, so we're about ready. So from each group, what I would like is one person to kind of explain what you've come up with. Okay, so why don't we start here? Spokesperson for group 1. What are your thoughts here? How is he going to make money from this opportunity?
By selling to massage therapists and athletes.
Interesting idea.
You could also have different quality levels based on the clientele.
Okay, so for massage therapists, you're going to maybe charge a higher price, have more features, an ergonomic grip or something like that. For the lower end customers, who might those be? And how would that product differ from the one that's offered from the massage therapists?
For the athletes, you'd probably use a cheaper product. Maybe you hope that, not necessarily that you don't want it to last as long, but with the intentions that they will have more wear and tear with them versus the therapists would have better care, use them with better care and caution versus the athletes.
Yeah, great point. So the massage therapists are going to be using this tool most of the day. It's going to need to be durable. Somebody who's just using it for individual use, it's maybe once a day, if that, so the prices can be a little bit lower. Okay, group 3, how are we going to make money from this? I think so.
So we added a few to that list. We said physical therapists, chiropractor, and then people that just like to collect gadgets and novelty items.
That's a
Okay,
good one.
so
Interesting.
My mother-in-law is Jewish, and she has all these. She calls them tchotchkes. So I'm going to put Jewish mother-in-laws for those who like to collect these knick-knack things. So, and then what was it? I missed the first one. Physical therapists. Okay. So we've talked a little bit about distribution channels. We have some advertising here. This isn't necessarily a distribution channel, but it is part of marketing. Walgreens, the home shopping network. Where else might this fit?
I was thinking like massage therapy schools,
Okay.
because you're really
Good.
selling to the therapist, not necessarily the person receiving a massage. So like you said, you could have a salesman go there and be like, oh, don't your hands hurt?
Interesting. So what you're saying then too is this is going to be a direct sales force,
Yeah.
right? So that's interesting. So what's going to be different then if you're not going to go the direct sales force routes? What's another route that you can go?
Online.
You go online, although this is in the early 1990s, so the internet's there, but people really aren't buying stuff. If you're going the retail route, you need to find a manufacturer, right? They need to make it. You need to somehow form your value chain, figure out the logistics. So that's another way to go. Direct sales force. You can use retailers.
We do those magazine ads.
So TV ads, magazines ads. Again, this is advertising. But here, Walgreens is going to be a retailer. Home Shopping Network, they're going to be a retailer, I think. Okay, so let's take a look at these different models then. So we've kind of explored, actually no, sorry, let's finish up our group contribution. So group in the back, anything to add? How are we going to make money from this? Any new uses for this product? Any new customers possibly?
I think it could be used in spas.
Okay.
Like there are spas in the hotels, and then there are spas you can go and just get a spa done.
Okay. So maybe in the sauna they have these laying around when you're sweating. You can take it and use it. Okay. Excellent. Any other ideas?
We were thinking like the typical just average person, so you would see this product in like Brookstone or
Okay.
Bed Bath & Beyond.
Okay.
Because
Good.
the majority of our group has it at home
Okay.
or a type of it. So
Okay.
we wouldn't make it expensive. I know you have to look into, if you're doing retailing, you have to look into how much it costs to make. But we were thinking about like $10 to $12.
Good.
You said a price. How much?
10 to 12.
$10 to $12. Okay, so if 10 to 12 is your price, how many are you going to need to sell if this is going to be what you want to sell it at? Okay, so we've outlined price here for massage therapists. Maybe we want to go a higher end route, sell it for a higher price, probably sell fewer units, hopefully still make some money though, right? Or we can, athletes and others, maybe people who are going to use it once a day, a lower price. What do you think, which model do you think is going to work better for this product?
I feel like high volume, selling it to as many people as possible because it is such a cheap thing.
Okay, high volume. So one thing that we can do to kind of look at this, and I'm going to put it over here because it's as close to into the middle as possible here, is we can look at a graph where on one end we have margin from low to high, and then we have volume from low to high, okay? We could make this into a 2x2 chart if we wanted to, a 2x2 graph, but both of these constructs are on a continuum. So right here is the sweet spot, right? If we can be right here, we have a cash cow, life is great. We have high volumes, High margin, high volume, so every item we sell, we're going to be making lots of money for it. We don't want to be here. This is low volume, low margin, okay? We're barely getting by. Right here, if we can be high margin, low volume, this is where the specialty product for therapists might be, okay? That is a way to go. Thinking about this product and its uses might not work as well. The other alternative is high volume, low margin, but there's a trade-off, right? And what's the driver behind this decision? He could go either way, right? But what is the key problem or concept that he needs to solve? What's driving this price decision? When you're an entrepreneur, what drives your prices? Your target market, okay. Who's willing to buy it? That's one thing, right? What else? What? Demand, okay. Kind of the same thing, willingness to buy, demand. Cost, exactly. So you're looking at costs, right? Your costs are going to drive which model you choose, right? If you're highly leveraged, you have a lot of fixed costs, you're going to need to be out here, right? Where there's more money. If your costs are very low, you don't have a lot of fixed costs, you can work out of your basement, you don't have any employees, you can work closer to this area here. We don't want to be too close to the frowny face here, but it gives you more flexibility here. This is a more risk mitigated approach to have lower fixed costs and higher variable costs. So what we've done today is moved from idea to concept. We don't know exactly what's happened yet, but there is an epilogue, and Jessica is going to tell us what happened with Mark.
Yes. So what's really cool about this particular case study is that it's a great example of somebody who was really like an everyday Joe sort of person who found a problem, right? Working as a massage therapist, he realized people were getting carpal tunnel. A lot of the massage therapists were getting tired working with their hands. He did research, which anytime you're thinking about whether to actually launch and start a business, research, right? That's one of the key steps in taking something from just an idea to actually a business concept. So he started testing the product. He was testing it with other massage therapists. He was testing it with customers, right, which we've talked about earlier. Then what was really cool about it was he started thinking about other potential uses for it and other potential audiences. So in 1992, Mark Juarez actually came out with a product. And when he came out with it, I believe it was in November, so right before the holidays, right? Really hot prime season to try to sell something and come out with a new product. One of the groups over here mentioned that it had a buzzworthy element to it, right? So what actually ended up happening with this massage tool was he ended up calling it the Happy Massager, okay? And he ended up painting a little smiley face on the little wooden circle part of it. And that was a big part of what his pitch was. That was a big part of his marketing, right? So when we looked at what was the opportunity and we looked at what were some of the key benefits that people were going to get out of it, one of the things that we've talked about but haven't fully put out there is this made people feel happy, right? It evoked a feeling. So when you have a product, when you have an idea, it's important to think about what's the feeling you're trying to get out of your customer. And if you can associate your brand with a feeling, and better yet, if you can associate your brand with a name that actually creates the feeling, so the Happy Massager with the smiley face, creating a feeling of happiness. Who doesn't feel happy when they get a massage? I know some people might think it's a little, might make them a little uncomfortable, but most people, you go to get a massage, you feel happier afterward. He had really, really good branding, right? He created this brand. He ended up selling over 10 million units of this product. He was recognized as Entrepreneur of the Year in Inc. magazine for social responsibility. And one of the other things that was really cool, so I come from a PR background, right? I worked in corporate public relations for over 10 years. I helped figure out how do we promote products. I worked with entrepreneurs. I worked with Fortune 500 company CEOs trying to figure out how do we create something to make it buzzworthy? How do we create that consumer demand? And what he did was really brilliant. So all these things that we went over, he took these elements, right, from this original idea and created this incredible business concept. So what he actually did was he ended up starting in San Francisco, where he was from. He walked around to some local boutique stores there and said, I don't know anything about this industry, but how do I get this into stores? And he got a couple people to be willing to take a chance on him, because you know what? He'd try out the tool on him. Come here, let me try this out on you. He'd take it, he'd do the little massage thing. People loved it, okay? Then it was actually his mom who said, hey, this is great, you're doing the mom and pop shops, the little boutique stores, go bigger, think bigger. Why don't we try to get this into Nordstrom? So he walked into Nordstrom in San Francisco, again, didn't know what he was doing. He found a sales associate, and he said, who do you think would be interested in this product here at Nordstrom? They said, oh, you know what? The makeup counter ladies. Let's get it over there. People are going there, they're trying to feel good about themselves, they're getting their makeovers done. Maybe they'd be interested. So we went, tried it out, they loved it. In fact, they loved it so much they said, we're walking you upstairs to go see the buyer right now. He went upstairs, met the buyer. The buyer said, well, we don't normally do something this fast, but you know what? It's November. Christmas is coming up. The holidays, this is a big prime time, you know, great time to try to potentially have a product like this. This could be a great stocking stuffer idea. And they ended up putting it in their stores, and they flew off the shelves. Now, the other smart thing that he did was by going this route, he took it out of just the spa areas, and he introduced it to the everyday mom, right? If the person who's going to get a massage, maybe they're paying $100 to go get a massage, they're getting this feeling of happiness out of it. Why can't we help the stressed out, tired mom next door in the same way, right? And that's what he did. That's how he promoted it. That's how he marketed it. So for those of you that had the idea of, you know, let's sell it at a low price, but really get it out there to as many people as possible, that's what he did. The other thing he did was he leveraged the time that this came out. So in the 90s, this was the big yoga trend, right? People were talking about wellness, meditation, yoga. So what's interesting is if you go to his website, The Happy Company, and he created a whole company around this, you'll see that he actually talks about multiple uses for the happy massager. He said, not only is this a massager, what if it's also a meditation prayer tool? That every day when you wake up and you look at it and you see that smiling face, it reminds you about what really matters, right? He even promoted it as a paperweight, and some people bought it for that reason. You know, it's a lot more fun, it's a lot more buzzworthy and something different, cool than just your standard little like glass triangle. So we came up with some cool buzzworthy ideas for it. And then what really got it going was a lady had written a best-selling book that was about how to create more love and passion in your relationship. And she ended up going on a TV talk show. And when she was on the show talking about her tips and her ideas, the anchor who was there was asking her, well, what do you think the secrets are? She said, well, you know, it's as simple as, you know, you come home at the end of a crazy day of work, and your husband, you know, offers to rub your shoulders, gives you a massage, whatever. She said, but you know what? Actually, now that I'm here, this thing's kind of cool. Dug into her purse and pulled out the happy massage tool. Right there on air, on TV, she did the little massage thing on the anchor's shoulders, and he just raved about it and went crazy and said, this is the best massage I've ever had. Right after that, Mark Juarez said that his fax machine, this was back to fax machine days, started going crazy with faxes coming in. Everybody wanted this product. It also shows the power of the media, right? Leveraging the media, really getting it out there, promoting it, created this incredible buzzworthy thing. Now, unfortunately, I think Mark Juarez might have been a victim of his own success, because as we find out, he ended up selling over 10 million units, but it ended up being that he didn't quite have the infrastructure in place and people with a lot of business experience to be able to really keep up with the demand. So he ended up having to put his company on hiatus for a while he started figuring out new ideas for inventions. And now what he's doing is he's created this whole happy consulting business where he goes into different companies and he works with them to figure out, you know, how do we create a more happy workplace, right? So that's what he's doing right now, and also coming up with other inventions and product ideas that are an extension of this. So he has a mama massager. He has some other little happy spa booties that you could put on. So he's created this whole business just based off this concept, which is pretty cool. And the lesson here is, he did it, you can do it too, right? But you got to take the idea and go through the process, right? Go through the criteria. And if you don't know the answers, don't be afraid to ask somebody who does, right? To really get what you need. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you wrap it up here.
Okay.
With a final thought.
fantastic. Did you know that he also got a patent of this product, 1992? You know, if in that case study he was struggling, should I get it patented or not? So in 1992 he finally got that patent, and he was the second biggest like entrepreneur for the year, as Jessica mentioned, in San Francisco. So he did really well. Now, one of the things that you told me, this is the business concept. Was he just solving that pain point of carpal tunnel syndrome? Was that the only aim of that product, or was it more than that? And can you tell me how?
It became a stress relief aid.
Stress relief aid. What else? Don't you think he was offering us an experience? So it's not just, I can buy it, give it as a gift to my mom, and believe me, my mom lives in India. She has 2-3 of these lying at her house. She does acupuncture with it. So if her feet is hurting or maybe her knee is hurting, she'll just use a massager, put it up there. So it's not just like solving a pain point, it is an experience. You can give it as a gift. So what main thing that we were missing was from this whole case study is he had no idea like how to pitch this to the customer. Is it just solving a pain point, or is it providing an experience? Actually, it did both. And that's what we learned from that case study. Make sense? Another key thing, I started my presentation with this roti, right? Like Indian flatbread. And there is a Roti-matic in the market now. That's what they named it. Roti-matic, like from Automatic. And it's on like pre-booking. I'm going to place an order, and next time, Sundays or Saturdays, maybe 5 months from now, I'll be making that paratha or roti in that Roti-matic. It's automatically going to do everything, put in the dough, it'll flatten it out, give me fresh rotis. I am also happy to be here because I see these beautiful ladies. I teach in an all-male college. I'm a professor at Hampton-Sydney College. There are only 2 male colleges. So when I see these girls, like a mix of both of you in the class, that makes me happy. And I think you all enjoyed this presentation too. I think we're good. Thank you.